Hello and welcome to this special discussion on the ongoing situation in Manipur. The state has been on the edge for over a month now over apprehensions on the possible outcome of the Naga peace talks. While repeated assurances by Chief Minister N. Biren Singh has failed to pacify the protesters led by the COCOMI, is a breakthrough on the cards today? Well, finally, the COCOMI has been granted an appointment by Union Home Minister Amit Shah at New Delhi tonight, and this is being seen as a crucial meet which can possibly break the deadlock in the state, which has been demanding that its territorial integrity and administrative unity should remain untouched. While an 18-member COCOMI delegation has rushed to Delhi for the meet, Chief Minister N. Biren Singh has also left for the national capital and in all probability will attend the meet between the COCOMI leaders and the Union Home Minister Shah. So can the impasse finally end tonight? Will the civil society organization leaders budge from their stand? Can normalcy return post this very crucial meeting with the Union Home Minister? To discuss this, we are being joined from Imphal by Chongtham Bijoy, the chief spokesperson of the BJP in Manipur. Rinku Khumukcham, the editor of Imphal Times, is also joining us from the Manipur capital. Before we go ahead with the discussion though, let's listen in to some reactions from COCOMI leaders just before they left for Delhi.
As invited by the Union Home Minister, even though it's little, hastily, being, invited, the COCOMI has decided to meet the Union Home Minister so that we could express the longed, aspirations of the people of Manipur to him very clearly, and we will give him a chance to, at least make a decision whether the aspiration of the people of Manipur should be accommodated or not. This meeting will be the initial meeting. This will not be the final, and it is just a opening, a meeting of the to be continued. We will raise certain issues that Manipur people has been raising for the last so many years, and we will try to, apprise the Union Home Minister on all the factual reports, factual informations that we have. Regarding the lifting of boycott, we haven't made any decision yet. So let's see how it comes out. We had an executive meeting yesterday, but it was not, resolved till date. So we will be having another round of meeting.
Yeah, I think it will be positive because Home Minister knowing about the situation of the Manipur, and I think that they will be discussed more and more. Before we are reaching here, I think that they have our Chief Minister and every intelligence have given some information about what are the situation is going in our Manipur. I think that it will be positive. Yeah.
Well, we can already see two different opinions coming there from the COCOMI leaders themselves before they embark for Delhi earlier in the afternoon today. I would like to go to Mr. Chongtham Bijoy first. Finally, the stakeholders, the CSOs from Manipur are getting to meet the Union Home Minister. I'm sure your Chief Minister N. Biren Singh, the BJP-led government, has had a major role to play in this breakthrough. Do you expect the impasse, the deadlock to end today post the meeting with the Union Home Minister, Mr. Bijoy?
The fact that the COCOMI and the government now they are together in solving the problem and addressing the apprehension of the people at large, and the invitation of the Home Minister and the accepted by the COCOMI and along with the CM, I think it's a very good sign, and I am very hopeful that this impasse will be over very soon.
Rinku Khumukcham, we just heard the two COCOMI leaders, one the assistant coordinator of COCOMI, Courage Amitabha, and also Jitendra. One was of the view that this is one of the initial meetings and they have been called hastily. So the COCOMI should be clear with its points. So where is the question of haste coming here? And if we read too much into that statement, well, we don't see the deadlock ending tonight, despite the meeting.
It will be known after meeting with the Union Home Minister by the representative of the COCOMI who left today. Even the Chief Minister of Manipur and another minister and some of the government colleagues are also there in the team. So it is sure that the team has been invited by the Union Home Minister, Mr. Amit Shah, and then they are sure to meet at 10 p.m. today. And after meeting, there will be some kind of announcement made by the COCOMI. If the talk is positive, it is likely that the long impasse that has been going on in Imphal, even at the cost of sacrificing the most valuable asset of the state, that is a Shanghai festival, it will also be lift if the talk is positive. But we are not sure until the talk started and until the conclusion of the talk that will be held tonight. I'm in no position to say anything. But it's a good beginning. At least they started talk, and then, without talk, nothing, there will be no solution at all. So if a talk has been started, then finally there is a way.
But Rinku Khomokcham, as an independent observer, as a neutral observer, don't you think there is confusion even within the COCOMI? For instance, yesterday, for half the part of the day, when the news broke that finally the CSOs have got an appointment with Indian Home Minister Amit Shah, and we have circulation in social media, and also some sources from COCOMI had confirmed that the boycott of the Shanghai Fest has been called off. And then later we come to know, later part of the afternoon and in the evening, that no, the boycott still stands. So there is also confusion within the COCOMI. What do you feel as an independent observer?
It is actually a very unfortunate part of the COCOMI that it seems like there has been differences among the executive of the COCOMI itself. They have been sitting, after the Chief Minister of Manipur has appealed the COCOMI leaders to lift the Shanghai Festival ban, the boycott, and then to end the, alert protest that has been going on, that assuring that the Home Minister of India has given an appointment to them at 10 p.m. of today, and then the government is also ready to convene an assembly session in connection with the demand of the COCOMI. After that assurance only, the COCOMI leadership has an urgent meeting. And then, according to them, they started the meeting at around 9 a.m. and then it continues till 3. At a time when the reporters here, the journalists, received that there will be an announcement, they called us and we went there. And then, at the time when we reached the office, already a circulation of their resolution has been leaked to the social media. When we inquire about this leaked resolution, they, till 4 p.m., none of the COCOMI authority has given response to what we the journalist fraternity wanted to know. It was only today that the COCOMI had been, clarifying the matter, saying that the leaked document, leaked resolution was not a final resolution. It was just a draft resolution. That is what they were telling. But if they told that yesterday itself, when the media persons were gathering at their office, when they can't even give the press statement, announcement, any announcement yesterday, they call in.
Absolutely.
Press meet, they call all the reporters in the office. So that is the confusion they are making. So I think there is some kind of misunderstanding arises yesterday among the leaders of the COCOMI. But definitely it has been solved today, I think.
Well, we can only hope. Mr. Bijoy, do you think what transpired yesterday, one section of the COCOMI sources saying that, well, we have lifted we have decided to lift the boycott call, and then there is a change, turn of events. Do you think, the COCOMI doesn't, it doesn't want to lose its relevance at the moment? That's why this confusion, and this is just an assumption, speculation that is there, because your government, the NBD Singh-led government, has tried to engage the COCOMI in talks throughout during all these days during the protests. It's the COCOMI which decided not to continue talks, saying that the response has not been positive. And we just heard one of the COCOMI leaders saying, well, yes, we are meeting the Indian Home Minister, fine, but this is just an initial meeting and it will be continued. There can be a series of meetings. So in the wake of such statements and the confusion among the ranks that we saw yesterday, can we expect too much from the meeting with the Union Home Minister today? Can we really expect the deadlock to end, observing what has been happening in the last 24 hours?
Mr. Goswami, the core group of the COCOMI, who has been constantly in dialogue with the government, with the CM, they have been demanding last two conditions to boycott, to lift the boycott on the Shanghai Festival. First is for all the stakeholders to have a meeting with the Union Home Minister and his clarification on the matter. And secondly, to convene an election, this assembly sitting. The state government has agreed on board. Now, ultimately, the Home Minister has invited them and they have gracefully accepted the invitation. That is at least one condition fulfilled, and assembly will be convened on the 20th of December. I think these are the two conditions. But COCOMI also has lots of other groups, subsidiary groups. Perhaps there is some communication gap among themselves on the development of the dialogue, which was going on constantly with the state government. I think that communication gap is creating this so-called confusion, but ultimately I think it will settle down. Everybody wants to solve all this issue through dialogue.
So at this point, are you disappointed with the COCOMI, with the CSOs for not lifting the boycott call, despite the Manipur government ensuring that they get to meet the Union Home Minister to discuss the issue and also the assembly session?
You see, I am not really disappointed. They are accepting the invitation of the Union Home Minister is itself is very good sign. At the same time, they are traveling to Delhi with the Honorable CM. Moreover, the people here, like me, they also all feel that there is certain communication gap among all the subsidiary group of the COCOMI, but still they feel the sense of the organization which is agitating. So the fear that something might happen has subsided quite a lot, and the people are attending the Shanghai Festival as if it has been, the ban has been lifted. I think that is a good sign.
Well, Rinku Kumakcham, the COCOMI, the protesters have all along been calling for a written assurance from the centre over the possible outcome of the Naga peace talks. They have even demanded that the understanding, the agreement should also be made public. Now, one thing is certain, we cannot expect a written assurance from the centre even after the meeting tonight. We can only expect a verbal assurance that the Union Home Minister has already given to the state government, has already given to Chief Minister N. Biren Singh. So, could we see another contention there created by the COCOMI that no, as long as we do not get a written assurance, we are not going to budge from our position, and then the deadlock continues? Is there a big chance of that despite this very crucial meeting being held at New Delhi tonight?
The arrangement prepared by Chief Minister of Manipur, seems to be a hasty move to make sure that the imposition, boycott ban on Shanghai Festival has been lifted so that the state could organize the Shanghai Festival in a very, successful manner. What we see yesterday is that even after announcement of the lifting of the boycott by some of the media houses, almost every media houses and even in the social networking site also, there has been lifting about the boycott has been went viral, and then everyone and all have gotten news. And in the meantime, the COCOMI officials have are not coming out for announcement whether it is a false or right. So what actually happened is that yesterday we show only few number. Last time, the opening day of the Shanghai Festival, there was traffic jam in the Imphal city, and then in the play venue where the Shanghai Festival was conducted was full. People saw long queue waiting for entry, and the police checking, the stall crowded. These were the things we have been observing in the last couple of years. But yesterday, what we saw was the empty stalls in the Hapta Kangjevung, and then with few people sitting in the inaugural session. Not many like last year. So if you recall the June 18 incident, it was not any organization that has spearheaded that kind of movement. It was a response from all the public. They subside all the civil society organization, and then it was a public uprising. The same way happened yesterday also. So after knowing that, the COCOMIs have lifted the boycott call. Many sections of people have been criticizing. Even in today's morning paper also, some organization from some area has even put a restriction to the entry of the COCOMI in the near future if the decision was right. This was what has been published in some of the newspaper today. And then there has been a lot of criticism coming from many parts regarding the decision to boycott, because people do not like, it is not because that people don't like to leave the boycott, but it is because of the hasty decision announced. If they clarified today, but yesterday, if it was yesterday, then only hours when the inaugural session was to begin, it was only a few hours back that they announced us a statement. That was, not happy, not satisfied by many people who has been very seriously taking this matter.
So, Chongtham Bijoy, is this a sign of worry for the BJP-led government in Manipur? Because this is a reflection of the public sentiment, and not only on the Naga peace talks issue, but probably also the citizenship amendment bill, the shadow of which might be felt when the groups meet Amit Shah tonight. I mean, Chief Minister N. Biren Singh had said in the past, not everybody is of the same view, not everybody is protesting, just a few sections, few groups, few individuals are trying to create some problems. But what we see right now, is this a reflection of the public sentiment that the BJP government cannot afford to ignore, rather?
You see, the whole agitation was to protect the interests of the people of Manipur as a whole. And there was some wrong perception in the public that Manipur is about to be broken up because of the framework agreement talks. At the same time, we have repeatedly said in the media from our party side that citizen amendment bill also will not affect Manipur at all. But we have to, address the perception of the people again. And the meeting with the Home Minister, COCOMI also must be vocal enough to raise the question of the citizen amendment bill and all other concerns that is having in the mind of the public, of the people, as well as in their mind. I think the Home Minister also will take all his power to convince them that this two issue is not going to affect the interest of Manipur in any respect.
Well, we are trying to connect over the phone with Mr. Courage Amitabha, the Assistant Coordinator of the COCOMI. We'll have him shortly live over the phone from... Okay, we are connected with Courage Amitabha from Delhi. Courage Amitabha, welcome to Northeast Live once again. So, all set for tonight's meeting with the Union Home Minister Amit Shah?
Yes, we have just landed in New Delhi, and we are just checking in our, stuff, and after that we'll have a first round meeting with our COCOMI executives and the entire delegate, and we are expecting our meeting by 10 p.m. tonight. Yeah.
Courage Amitabha, can we expect the deadline, the impasse to end tonight? Manipur has been on the edge, apprehensive for over a month now, and this is a very crucial meet. This was one of your demands. You wanted to meet Union Home Minister on the issue and get the clarification yourself. So can we expect at least a lift of the boycott of the Sangai Fest maybe tomorrow, and also the deadlock to end?
Well, that depends on the result of the outcome of the talks of the meeting with the Honorable Home Minister. and after that we will decide what to be done next. So it totally depends on the outcome of the meeting.
And Courage Amitabha, the COCOMI has in the past demanded a written assurance from the centre, especially on the Naga peace talks issue. Will you stick to that stand tonight also?
Yeah, definitely. We'll pursue the Home Minister in that aspect also. But let's see how he responds to the people's aspiration, and accordingly we will also take our steps. Yeah.
My last question to you, Courage Amitabha, are the COCOMI leaders going there with an open mind to try and find a solution to the issue at hand? Will we see?
Definitely. Our objective is to bring about amicable solution. We are not going to we are not here to create problems. We are here to find solutions. So if Home Ministers comply with the aspiration, with the what we have been pursuing them for the last so many years, definitely we are hoping for a very positive response. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Courage Amitabha, for joining us over the phone from Delhi. We hope that there is a solution and we see the impasse ending in Manipur. Thank you so much once again. Rinku Kumukcham, we just had Courage Amitabha joining us over the phone from Delhi, and what is heartening at the moment is that the COCOMI leaders are willing to go out there to meet the Union Home Minister with an open mind to find a solution. Do you think that this is a very positive sign?
I didn't actually hear what Amitabha has said, but still then, as according to you, I do hope that a talk with the Union Home Minister, with the agitating group, is a very good sign. And then I do hope that the sentiment of the people of Manipur, which will be reflected by the representative of COCOMI, is going to be heard and listened by the Home Minister. That is what has been expected. Otherwise, if it has not been expected, it has not been listened, then the things will be different here. No change will be here, and Manipur will be still burning. So I think the politician, our Union Home Minister, having experience in the field, will certainly do something to make sure that the COCOMI representative satisfied. And I think our Chief Minister, Mr. N. Biren Singh, he will be also associating the team. So he will also surely try to make some, try to convince the Union Home Minister to make sure that the demands of the COCOMI be fulfilled, if not, if not all partial demand of the COCOMI be fulfilled, so that a dialogue can start, and then so that to make sure that the framework agreement will not affect the state of Manipur.
Absolutely. Last words, Mr. Bijoy. Chief Minister N. Biren Singh has been targeted time and again by the opposition, even by the CSOs, for not acting on time as far as the Naga peace talks is concerned. Do you think the BJP-led government could have done better under the current circumstances? And what are your expectations from tonight's meeting? Very quickly.
That is not true, because the state CM has been putting too much time and energy on this matter to solve it. Finally, it has come to such a stage that they are both willing to go and meet the Union Home Minister. It is mainly because of his effort and the response from the Union Home Minister that we are reaching at such a stage. Of course, the opposition, they are always to, put some fingers on the ruling dispensation. That is quite natural and understandable, but it is not true.
All right, thank you so much, Chongthoujam.
She has been constantly putting too much time and energy on this matter.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Chongthoujam Bijoy, Chief Spokesperson of the BJP in Manipur. Thank you, Rinku Kumukcham, editor of the Imphal Times. So crucial meet tonight between the COCOMI leaders and the Union Home Minister Amit Shah. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh will also be there in the meeting, and the entire state will hope that the deadlock over the Naga peace talks, over the possible outcome of the Naga peace talks, comes to an end tonight, and the assurance of given by the Union Home Minister sounds good enough to the protesters in Manipur. On that note, it's a wrap of this special show. We'll keep a track of all the latest from this issue.